think this is how this works. I'm not positive. And to be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read the chat. I might have to whip out my phone. We'll see. Oh, I'm wearing the sweatpants. Working or hardly working? I'm going to pull up I think the YouTube chat on my phone. I really don't know how to pull up anything else. Fun fact, I used to stream a ton, but then I got busy. Now I'm trying to be busy while streaming. Imagine that. Hey, Action. Appreciate you, man, and all that you do. Thank you. I'm so bad I don't even know how to navigate my own thing. Gonna pull a Vitalik in those. I know, dude. I probably should have changed pants. Oh, that's too good. That's too good. All right, let me see if I can angle it slightly. We're gonna. All the action's gonna happen on the table here, so might be pretty loud because we got some you know, wind blowers and cleaning stuff. All right. This is a. Yeah, I really should figure something else out, huh? Put some like cargos on, maybe. I don't know if I have any cargos here. Action, I'm looking forward to seeing you again here in, you know, about a week or so, a little more. Yeah, I'll be there in about a week from now. All right, this right here, actually, this is a, gosh, it's a BW L21. These were only made in China and really didn't hit United States markets at all. This is an old Scrypt miner. I believe, off the top of my head, 2017 or 2018. I obviously have it written down. We're not going to be able to restore it like pretty fully. I did take the grill off, and I'm waiting for more grills, fan grills to come, and we'll replace that. But I wanted to kind of give it some good old like wipe down with some, you know, other cleaning type stuff, and just see kind of what we're messing with. But well, first things first, I have to figure out how this works without, you know, pulling everything out. Obviously that didn't work. I am on StreamYard. I'm actually on OBS. I'm using a plugin that I found on GitHub to stream to Twitter and to OBS, but everybody seems to be running Streamlabs, so if I'm Streamlabs, I can do that. I can mod you, I think. Yeah, add as moderator. There we go. That'll work for a little bit. Does Streamlabs have like more capabilities? Action? I mean, you're the live stream guy. So this. Just gotta be careful I'm not getting into any of these ports and whatnot. This table is so shaky too. Run the trap and help out. Yeah. I think I already read that. Now I'm just reading it twice. Just, you know, makes it look better. Might be as good as these sort of get over here. I figured some people would like to watch this, but you know, watching a guy clean might be like watching paint dry. Let's get that cap so those don't dry out. You know what? This does a good job, but then there's some of these things that are just so scraped up from over the years that it's just a lot harder. Local recording subscribers. Ah. Dang, okay. So obviously the StreamYards or Streamlabs. StreamYard is where it's at. I'm curious. I should do a bandwidth test. I have no idea if these guys are... Yeah, I have no idea if this is like taking more bandwidth to do this, but StreamYard, is that just like OBS? Do they have a software, like a downloadable software, or is it all like online? I think that actually definitely looks shiny. There's just so many scratches on these things. So many scratches. You can see some dirt right there. I just... Man, hopefully this hangs in there. I'm already, okay, it's just Velcro, so I can get more replacements. Okay, yeah, you're right. I probably should have done that. So there are better options out there. Just when I went to my local Wally World and hardware store, they didn't have any. So what I'm using is a stainless steel, basically an appliance cleaner. There's a spray version, which just helps us get more liquid, and then there's a wipe version if you need to be slightly more delicate. I have a tool to help get like sometimes old stickers. So what I'm gonna do eventually is like, there's some really old stickers that are falling apart on some of these. You're just not gonna find like good ones. So I'll, you know, heat up the sticker, take it off, and then I'll actually remake the sticker and place it back on. Same thing in everything. I mean, you could say, yeah, it's not original, but it definitely looks nice, especially for displays. This didn't have any stickers on it, and I don't have the original, I don't have any original pictures of what it used to look like, so I'm a little lost for that. But I got a bunch more that I got to get down, and then I have some really old ones over there that I need to do fangirls on it. They do need to be cleaned slightly. But yeah, so it's basically appliance cleaner for now. There's a better option. Let me see. I have it. I made a note of it when I was getting stuff. It's called Brazo, and it's like you get this thick kind of layer of wax almost, and you have to wipe it like all off in order for it to actually like look decent and work. I didn't really want to deal with that, so I just did the appliance cleaner, but to be frank, I couldn't even find it in the store when I was looking for it. So we're getting the scruffs off, ideally. Because the original is all better. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. I'm already knocking stuff over today. Did those come out? Need a little more elbow grease, huh? Get down to eye level with it. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. I do gotta get StreamYard. I need to do that. I know I've said that multiple times. I think you've told me a few times, like, hey, use StreamYard. So obviously I gotta take notes one of these days. You know, that's as good as that is gonna get for now. There could be other solutions. I could have a metal fabricator, you know, remake the chassis and stuff. But not at the moment. I think even original with the scratches just shows, like, you know, they were used. They did what they needed to do for their period in time. I do need to change that back. Holy smokes. X over here is popping off. There's like 20 views on X and only 3 people here on YouTube. Hi, Nika. How are you? Some of these stains are like, I think just like corrosion too from just over the years. That's a lot. Like one that I'll probably bring on, I had to like resolder a bunch, get another hash board and control board just because of just corrosion. I have no idea what kind of condition it was sitting in, but it just must have been sitting, maybe went through a flood or something. I don't know. It had a lot of moisture damage, sadly. One of the old school ones. Yeah, and there's a sticker right here, so I gotta be careful. I don't want to rub that off, you know, quite yet. I had to throw an extra mic because I didn't know if the camera mic was gonna get me from the whack angle that I have it at right now for sort of a top-down view. All right, should be good. I should have got a Swiffer. There's some that have dust that can't be blown off. Yeah, like, I mean, technically this sticker can be removed. T4097, and this should have another fan right here. So I do need to order a replacement fan with another grill. Or excuse me, just a grill. There is a fan on the inside. I kind of forget that these things were made like this before they started putting fans on both sides on the outside. So this one actually came with the fan on the inside, which is crazy. And believe it or not, you have two different areas of connection on this one. You have a micro USB, excuse me, and then you have like the USB type D. I want to say it's type D. It's like the angular. So you got a data, and then you got like a support style. Obviously you have your Ethernet, your RJ45 port. But, and like for this, because there's fans on here, and it's kind of open, you're not going to want to spray the stuff in it, obviously. So that's why you make sure, you know, it's wrung out. You take your wipe and you just kind of go in there and just do it lightly and gently. I mean, this one is going to take a lot of work, and it probably won't be done today. But we'll get it shiny for display, because this is my only one that I have of the BW series from China. I don't have any others, and they're kind of actually hard to get. They don't actually, yeah, you don't see them like as much because they're just all trashed. Yeah, I mean, definitely has a little shine, so it's about as good as that's gonna get. Yes, this is a BW L21, old school ASIC, made in China, never saw the United States markets. So I'm in the States at the moment, so you don't really see them here. And I wish I could take off the fan. There's more screws on the inside that I'll have to get at to show you the hash blades in these. But yeah, nonetheless, this is how we're gonna do for now. I need to get kind of like a flathead screwdriver. I got one over here, and then we'll move on to another one. Obviously, we'll be cleaning these like all dang day. Okay, this should be fine. Get some of the dirt and crevices. Yeah, that's disgusting. Actually disgusting. Wow, yeah. Just crud falling off that in the fan area. All the nooks and crannies. Just sadly, that's just nasty. The fans are obviously always the worst part in these. Sometimes you actually, even on the hash boards, you'll get this thick, depending on where it's stored and where it's sit. You'll get this like thick, almost mold looking. You need like a mask and N95 at that point. And that's, that's when you take it outside and you're just like, all right, I need to do this out there. It's so cold here still. It's not even, it's like 50s right now. And kind of gloomy and rainy. But yeah, we got a bunch to clean today. Gotta get them ready. Joker, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Old A6, like old school ones is what we're doing today. There's some newer school ones, but those ones obviously are in slightly better condition. Sadly, I had purchased for my collection, a old, not an old, but 2017, silicon A4, and it just came trash, and the pictures made it look so nice, of course, right? Never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, that's good for that. That's good. Another white. Let's clean up the fan too much. They still have the original fans though, which is good. Snow fan, very common fan manufacturer at the time for a lot of the ASICs for probably a good solid, from 2013 when they first started kind of being manufactured to 2017-ish, 2018 even. You don't see them as much anymore. They've moved on to, of course, bigger and better. And like obviously there's crud on the circuit board of the fan too, but I don't want to remove the sticker. There we go. That was a little better. Looks a little better anyway. And we're gonna slowly move these fans through this. That way we can try to scrape every fan we can, the blade, without having to take it apart. Because I gotta get moving. We got tons of these. Action, you have a point. In theory, yeah, you could. I mean, the fans are so low voltage anyway that I don't believe it could create a current to mess anything up. I'd say maybe if I was using one of the newer ones, like an S21 or an L9 maybe, but I don't think it has enough voltage. I don't know, to be completely honest with you. Oh my gosh, Joker. I want to see that. There's probably some just nasty. Yeah, you did that with no mask, no gloves. I've done that before, and I don't plan on doing it ever again, to be completely fair. That's where I'm at. Nah, it's all fun. All fun. As soon as I get these last few bits here, not too much spinning going on. I'm trying not to. But yeah, you are right about the back current with DC stuff. I mean, I have like the GeoNet and the Onokoi, and I have them hooked up to the same antenna. So you need to actually get a DC block in one antenna so you don't fry the antenna from two RTK stations, because they'll both send 5 volts up into the antenna if you're trying to use a splitter. So you need actually a splitter that has a DC block on the one side for it to function, so you don't blow anything up. Crazy gamer, win Bell's coin $100, dude. Oh man, if Bitcoin hits like $500,000 in the next 3 years, 4 years, I could see Bell's Coin at $100. I mean, that's the path. I mean, I can see Bell's Coin at like 15, 20 bucks in the near term. Obviously there's so many things. At the end of the day, like, the way Bell's Coin gets higher in price is obviously people need to continue to mine and hold. And then people also need to just create stuff on Bell's Coin and create the community around it. Everybody says community. I think communities are a joke because everybody's trying to bag chase. So when you have a community that's actually doing stuff, then that's where you want to be. And, you know, Bell's Coin is actually doing stuff. So there you are. Yeah, there's some crud right here. That actually worked pretty good. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Just trying to get a little of that moisture gone, and then I'll blow it with the small subset. Still some little bits of crud in the fan area. Plug your ears. Plug your ears. Actually, I can. Had to mute that, otherwise that would have been way too loud. Yeah, dude, I do have isopropanol here. I hate messing with it because I can't stand the smell. How did it work for you? Once they dried after rubbing them off, they were still dirty. so it didn't work. It did or it didn't work. That's tough. All right, let's move on. That's okay for now. It can be better. It can be better. It's not. It can be better. I see just a few spots I can do. I should be unmuted now. You can't smell from COVID. Second cleaning fixed it, but took forever. What did you do for the second cleaning? Did you douse it again? You go in for round 2? Or did you try something else? This is a Gold Shell X5. To be honest, I completely forgot when these came out. Prior, I think 2018 actually is when these suckers came out. It's not too old. The oldest ones, again, I have in a pile. Like, let's see, I might be able to grab one for us. This is a grid seed orb with the heatsink on it, of course. Absolutely filthy. These mined Bitcoin and Litecoin back in the day. These came out in they're designed in 2013, came out in 2014, 2015. Somebody can fact check me on that, because I'll need to know that. I just forget. There's so much stuff going on. Then we got a big boy. Oh man, that was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. This had some serious doctoring up that we needed to do. This one is a Zeus Cyclone. Zeus Miner was one of the first mining companies to produce ASICs, especially for Scrypt. KNC Miner was another one. But this is a hunk. Like, this is heavy. It's like 30 pounds. No, it's not 30 pounds. It's like 25 pounds. You can see the big old heat sinks on the back. I got to be careful with this because it is very fragile still. I've had to resolder the boards actually quite often with this. And this thing came actually, this one was just filthy. This one had like mold, like, oh man, yeah, no, this one was actually terrible. So this one has come a long way. I will probably get a refab done for the case, since it's like very simple metal fabrication. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that, and then obviously powder coat it in white again, and obviously get the Zeus label on there. Not sure if you guys can see it, other side of my finger, but all original parts still, so that's why I got it. That one took so much work. I probably spent a whole month trying to get that thing put together. Crazy stuff. Sounds good. Same procedure, yeah. You have a Zeus Miner, or in the Zeus Miner Cyclone, or do you have the Gold Shell X5? Joker, what do you got? You got what kind of Scrypt miners you got sitting doing nothing? I gotta see if I need to contact you for any more. Because these will go into a museum at some point. They're gonna go into a museum. Yeah, this one's kind of filthy, so we'll go ahead and we'll we will clean this. I'm gonna remove the cables too, actually, on these. These cables are still very frail. And then the plugs, the connections are really frail too. There we go. Hey, thanks, Crazy. Appreciate you, man. Oh, the grid seeds. Yes. Yeah, no, those are fun. Thankfully, they produced a ton of those, so they're not, like, crazy rare, but it is hard sometimes to find one that, like, also isn't trashed and scraped up and beat up. If you got a good one, Joker, like, if you got one that's nice and clean, like, mine aren't... I have one that's in decent condition. I have like 6 others that I'm like parting, meaning like trying to build a nicer one with them. So, I mean, if you have one that's in good condition, bring it to Vegas, and then I'll throw it on. Oh, yours is running. I love it. Good man. Will I make vids soon? Yes, 100%. 100%. What do you want to see in a video? I'm assuming phone stuff, right? Or are you talking in general? You want other stuff? come on. I don't want to like wreck the boards either. And they're just so... A lot of people get careless still, and like there's some people who can just rip through these things, but I don't know what condition some of these are in since I've last brought them out. There we go. Yeah. And then these, just the fan headers. Yeah, these ones are actually slightly tough because we have them put on together. There we go. That's good. You can actually, when it's unscrewed, you can just slip this sucker right on out. Yeah, you gotta unscrew it from there, and then you can slide it right on out by pulling the tabs, clean up the board. Fortunately, this front end has seen some weather damage. I appreciate that. Any content? What's something that you'd like to see or know more about? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There's probably stuff that I don't know about that I need to learn. So really, any topic, and I can deep dive into it. But yeah, whatever you think. If you give me some topics to think about, or just some genre of the space, I'll go through and kind of mess with some stuff and see what happens. You know. So this didn't. I need to replace that. The clips will need to be replaced, which sucks. Because those clips are put in place with rivets. Yeah. Is what it is, though. I think this is the polish that I keep forgetting about. I probably shouldn't have scripted on there. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to test that on a different machine. My journey into crypto. Yeah, we can do some stuff like that. I don't think it would be very amusing for people, but it'd be a good thing to have on the channel so people understand the background slightly. Let's go. Blockchain Jacob, what's up? You're redoing the L3. Heck yeah, man. Oh man, that's disgusting. Just so dirty coming off just the cables themselves. Yeah, it's probably a good thing. I should be redoing all of these cables, if I'm bringing the cables anyway. Like I might not bring the cables. I might bring the cables. I don't know. Oh, just absolutely filthy. Disgusting is what that is. These are the wrong wipes for this, but you know. Whatever. Are you gonna... So when you say you're redoing an L3, like what do you mean? Are you parting it? Are you just trying to fix it? Do you find one broken? Are you trying to like tweak it so you can, you know, use it long term as like a solo miner? I mean, I've thought about that multiple times, is taking the old L3s and just doing some solo mining with them. Oh, sweet. Let me get in between there quick. I know, clean it up. I hate dirty things too, man. Can't stand it. I just can't. And everything that I buy used always comes like dirty. Always comes dirty. And like that's just kind of what I do is like if I'm getting new ASICs, oftentimes I buy brand new. But when prices are too high, I try to look for broken ones, and then that's my strategy anyway, is I buy a bunch of the broken ones, and through that I make sure that I have a deal where it's like roughly less than half of the cost of the actual miner. And if I can get 2 of them, 3 of them, even like a third price of the actual miner, sometimes I'm actually able to come out on top almost every time, at least so far. You want to know your power bill and what typically is the max month you've had? Bellish, the amount of dust. Yeah, dude, they're terrible. So my power bill is not insane because I still live residential, but I have all of my main stuff is hosted with partners and friends. So I pay like good rates for a lot of my stuff. I think I still run stuff at the house. And oh man, what was my kilowatt hour usage last month? I wrote it down because they were gonna increase my rates. I pay roughly 15 cents here, residential. But I go to Iowa Miners, and I'm gonna probably host some with Terra as well. But with Iowa, I want to say I pay 10 cents. So it's still pretty high, but it's more so like I like helping, and it's somewhat close. Like Iowa's close to me, so like if I need to grab my stuff, it's not like a full day drive. It's like I'm there in 5 hours and back in another 4 because I'm driving faster on the way back. Probably shouldn't be driving faster, but you know. Oh yeah, these are so filthy. I need to. So yeah, I guess that didn't answer your question. But I paid $1,500 just in residential electric. It was like $14.70 something in my residential rate, and that's because I got a lot of phones going on here and some other servers. So $1,500 at 15 cents. So you can do the math on the amount of power I used there. It's only illegal if you get caught. What do you mean, Mike? What do you mean? Welcome, Mike. Hope you all had a good day. I had a good day, and now I'm doing more work. Keep busy. Keeping busy. Keeping busy. That's good for now. Actually, Mike sent in a GAW miner, the Zeus Blizzard equivalent. When GAW took over Zeus kind of went a little white label for a bit, and technology got out there, and they made the same thing. GAW miner is a funny story. Mike probably knows that story. I believe, and I could be wrong, Mike can correct me, but I do believe their founder did serve some time in prison. I don't know the full story though. Dude, doesn't everybody get those emails? Oh man. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, geez. The Bitcoin Vegas and Litecoin Summit are literally about a week away. That's insane. Time kind of snuck up on me, which is okay. That's how that works. This cable is looking a lot better than how it looked before. You know, still not ideal, but nonetheless, it is definitely a lot better. I might recap the ends. I might get some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 pin. And, you know, reclip them. That's probably what I'll do because these are getting old, kind of tarnished. Yep, that's the name of the game with those ones. I gotta look into that more. I am not up to par with my history on the Zeus miner, Gall miner debacle. Because, like, no joke, I think it makes the machines even cooler, to be completely honest with you. When there's, you know, some lore behind it. But it's never fun, because, like, I understand the copycats suck sometimes. And sometimes it's all about whoever just has more capital and funding or access to materials will just outrun you all the time. I mean, obviously that's why we have, like, patents and stuff in the United States, but it doesn't really apply to the other part of the world sometimes. Heck yeah. Thanks, Malo Man. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm super excited for those. So, for those who are watching, one of the guys in our YouTube chat, Malo Man, he has a series of some printers, 3D printers, a bunch of them. And he helped make some chips, some poker chips for the Bellscoin community for the Litecoin conference. And they have RFID chips in them. So you tap them to your phone and then it'll bring up the website. So it's pretty fun. It's nothing crazy, but it's just fun. It's unique, and obviously the people who are going to like them are the people who are going to like them. I know I'm definitely keeping a few. Sort of Joker. We just started piecing together our version of screen copy that works in web browsers. So what you saw was a picture of us finally getting it to relay to the front end correctly, to where soon we'll be able to add controls, and eventually the app will be completely like web-based and web hosted, so nobody will have to download anything, which is, you know, really good. I just obviously I come from a stance where I don't want people to have to download anything, and that's how it'll work. It will obviously request to see like your USB or your serial buses that are connected to your computer, but it should, and you can do it from, you know, Wi-Fi, ADB over Wi-Fi. Gotta get moving, doggo. Yeah, you don't want to touch these hands. No, these are dirty. These are dirty. I don't have a treat for you right now. I'm sorry. Oh, I know. You're good. Good girl. All right, let's get going here again. I got some polish, but I'm scared to use the polish. Pretty scared. And I don't want to get too much on these things, especially with the electronics. I should really take out the board. Yeah, I'll do that. I should do that. Just a few screws and I can pop it out. Yeah. False alarm. Everybody stand by. Stand by. I need to get new... Do I need new fan grills? I should get more fan grills from this one as well. Alright, let's see if I got a screwdriver handy over here. There's a mess in here. Getting ready to move. Hopefully soon, which will be exciting, of course. Have more space and a new space, so that will be fun. Hi, Ducky. Yep. There's the Doge right there. How am I supposed to inject my keyloggers if there's no download? Yeah, funny, huh? There's so many ways people can do terrible stuff. It sucks. Like, part of me that worries about the web browser type stuff is injection into the HTML is so easy. And I mean, this is how obviously a lot of EVM wallets get compromised, is HTML injection. I mean, you're well aware of that. And CSS injection and stuff. So let me put this here so I don't lose that. I should get replacement screws too. Maybe I can clean it. Actually, this I might be able to, might be able to clean that real good. That didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. Woo. That actually is not terrible. I should put some polish on that and see where that gets us. I'm sorry if people were chatting in the Twitter one. Oh, there's really nobody in there. You're good. I wasn't looking at the Twitter one. Injection keeps me employed. Oh boy. Oh boy, Mike. It keeps a lot of people employed. It's so common. There's probably a lot more ways to do it than I'm even aware of. Sadly. All right. Have a good night, Joker. Have a good game too. Good luck with senior night. I do miss the organized sports myself, but I am very grateful and I do love my life. So it was a good part of my life to do those sports, and now I'm on to different things. Just got done coaching both your girls in soccer. Super cool. Are they gonna try to go on beyond high school? Oh, hang on here. I'm not trying to do that just yet. Okay. this out carefully. Yeah, this needs some cleaning. It's not bad. It did pretty good protecting itself. X5S control board. So this is a different control board for the unit that I'm aware of. That's another thing. When you buy secondhand ASICs, just for reference, check the control boards. Just always, just in the slight case. It's probably really rare, and they're probably not doing it. But you don't want to get somebody's custom control board, obviously, that they made, because you never know what they're doing with it. So obviously, it's another thing to look out for if you're buying secondhand. What's up, Tanish? Have you or anyone in the chat tried using mini PCs or maybe Raspberry Pis to mine and stuff? I mean, yeah. If you're gonna do like scale and you don't want to like take the time to set up the phones, because the phones are oftentimes more efficient, just harder to manage, then mini computers and Raspberry Pis. Like, I do have a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 20 mini computers over in the corner that I have running nodes and other things. Oh, dude, that's so cool. So cool. And archery too, Joker. Oh, man. What kind of bow? Like competitive archery, so like not like bow hunting or anything, but just like competitive archery. Because I do bow hunt, and I got my Matthews. My Matthews is my brand. I have an old one. Old Matthews Craze or Mission. I had two, and I don't know which one is which, but it's worked with me for the last few years. I'm probably gonna get a different one here sooner rather than later. Technically, all this needed was like a good dusting. I'm muting real fast. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Still a little moisture. Wow. I was really muted there. So with phones, I have them in 20 in one chassis, and 20 phones sits in one chassis. It's about 100 watts. You can get it down to 90 and even 80 depending on what you're doing, or you can throw them up a little bit. The phones are definitely more efficient than the mini computers, watt wise, for the efficiency. The management is obviously the hard part. So is it worth the management? We're trying to work on, I mean, that's obviously what I'm doing, is I'm trying to work on better solutions for the average person, which is why there's software that we're working on and have been working on for a long time, and we have software already. It will get better for sure. But I mean, the mini computers, like, traditionally speaking, you're probably going to be better off you'll be able to get a lot more mini computers than you would phones, and the management would be slightly easier. So it's really up to you and what your management style is. Myself, I've done the mini computers. I have 20 over there, and then I have almost 2,000 phones running currently. So it's a horse apiece. I mean, I'm able to manage them because, like, I actually don't even use my software, believe it or not, to manage. I have Scrypt, so, like, you could say I have software, but trying to get everything into, like, a GUI interface that's, like, easy for people, that's tough. And, like, I'm not any crazy developer. I'm not a wizard by any means. I'm your average Joe, and I just read a lot of documentation, and now we have great tools that can help speed things up. So those obviously help. Okay, so that looks good from there. That fan is disgusting. I will take these grills off. Yeah, that's nasty. This one will be on display, so I do have to finish this. Ew. Yeah, no, that's just so disgusting. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, mini computers are going to be easy to manage. Because, I mean, you can run them with, like, Hive OS and, like, flight sheets, right? Whereas the phones, we're almost to that level of, like, flight sheet plug and play in the newer version of our software. And then we're going to have, what is going to be really cool that I'm excited about is, in the new version, we're going to have a script economy. Not script as in algorithm, but script as in you can create scripts in our software. We'll make it as easy as we possibly can. And people will be able to list those scripts for other people to use. So it'll be pretty cool, and I'm excited, and I'm hopeful that people will actually use that script creator and try to create their own scripts. We're going to try to make it more plug and play for just, making your own things. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to happen and people are going to use it, but it's going to be there. Like, it's definitely going to be a tool for other people. And that's primarily what the software is. Because at the end of the day, like, a lot of people are like, oh, the cell hasher thing is like really cool, but, like, how much does it make me? And it's really hard to say that because there's no, like, one solution. Like, you can do so many different things. I mean, I guess it's, if you're mining, it's whatever's the most profitable CPU to mine, or coin to mine at that time is probably going to be your most profitable on phones as well. You might have some hiccups with, obviously, your, maybe RAM capacity and storage capacity. But as far as the processor and wattage goes, like, you're doing really good. The cell hasher and the units with the phones are more for, like, their computers, their servers. The goal is to be able to obviously just be able to manage them better And I would say one of the big reasons that even got me into phone mining 2 years ago was I started hearing rumors that Google was going to allow for Google was going to allow for Linux environments directly with the settings in their developer settings, and that is rolling out now. So that opens up a whole nother world, and it's not like anything crazy. You can still do everything in like Termux, which is a Linux environment, or userland, but it just makes it slightly more easy. And I don't know if they'll give us root access. I haven't been able to get my hands on stuff, but I'm excited nonetheless. 1 second, I gotta mute. Okay, I'm back. We were going over the trip, the route to Vegas, because we're gonna drive it, do some sightseeing. So that was the captain speaking. That was the wife telling us what she wants to see. So it's gonna be fun. We do have a baby, so it's gonna be a little long drive there, but nonetheless, I'm gonna cherish every moment of it because you don't know. Oh, this fan is just. Oh man, I don't even want to breathe this stuff. It is disgusting. It's good that I'm cleaning this, but just actually nasty. What am I doing? I can remove this. I'm an idiot. Like I said, there's snow fan, same ones. That's good. I mean, these obviously needed to be cleaned. These should have been cleaned a long time ago. Just got caught up. That's alright. Babies are awesome. I know. I am so thankful. I will be getting a new place. Kind of. Oh, that's one way to break something. We'll be getting a new place soon. So, oh, this is just. Ooh. Yeah, this one's gonna have to. I'm gonna have to open this completely. I'm gonna have to get all those dang hash boards out. Oh, that is nasty. You don't even want to see in that thing. Yeah, we'll be moving into a bigger place, thankfully, and since we're in a bigger place, I guess that means we can have more babies. Or at least space to house potential prospects, you know? Start up the baby draft again. See what the wife wants to do. Yeah, this is just man, these fans are unplugged, so I can kind of go ham on these if I need to. Oh gosh, yeah, this is just kind of, I just keep looking at inside these hash boards that are in here. Dude, I can tell you, whoever owned the X5 gold shell last, whoever I bought this from, goodness gracious. I can tell that dude wasn't hashing at full capacity. I should see if I can live stream to TikTok too. I have a TikTok that's just sitting there doing nothing. I definitely feel a lot more comfortable doing this with gloves, so that is good. And I'm cleaning the side that isn't even going to be seen, but why clean it part way when you can clean it all the way, you know? I hate that. That's another thing with buying resold stuff, is oftentimes only the outside stuff gets cleaned. Nothing on the inside. So they make it look real good, and then you have, obviously, the brunt force of the work you need to do later on. So... You should leave one phone on streaming TikTok while you're streaming YouTube. I probably could. I know Action was telling me that there's a way to like multi-stream it. So I'll look into that. I do have streaming enabled on TikTok. My content on there was not crypto based priorly. That is just nasty. Let's throw these away before somebody gets sick. There's a good chance I go through the majority of these today. I'm kind of talking and I could be cleaning faster. That's okay. I got a couple days yet to kill. Just get the initial parts that I can reach, and then we'll take the other tool to help us figure out how to go about the rest. Okay. Move that aside. Get into these crevices here. There we go. I think I might be going on some roller coasters in Vegas, and I am just utterly in fear of those things. Not really, but it's not my choice of entertainment or excitement. Man. Just when you think the dust is getting done, it's not even close. Not even close. I think there's just some crud that is just stuck on that. And then we got to a few other things we need to get on this side. You know, it's never going to be perfect, but it can be close. There's a good chance that I'm definitely going to have to take this plate off, and I'm going to have to take it outside for a good dusting. I'm not dusting it in here. So there's going to be a brief moment where I'll do that, and I'll come right back in, of course. Yep. Okay, that looks better. That does look better. It's not... It's almost there. It's almost there. Hopefully I didn't scratch that. Give this a loop-de-woo and spin. There we go. Man, X is cooking right now. There's 40 people over there. Gotta be all bots. Yeah, I need... Yeah, this ain't no ASIC repair going on, but... That definitely looks a lot better than what it started with, so I'm very pleased with how that fan looks. But, nonetheless, I do have to take off this plate now. I mean, this is primarily what PC repair is. People bring in their computers and all it is just a pile of dust. So they get overheat because, man, this little screwdriver does not have the torque that it once used to. Probably needs to be charged. Come on. And those cables look much better. That one needs a little bit more love. That one ain't terrible. That one's good. I still need to... What time is it right now, actually? Almost 5, my time. Yeah. I got a few other things I need to do yet today, so I gotta make sure I leave some time for those. Probably head to the hardware store and just get replacement screws for these. Woof. Yeah, that'll make your eyes tear up looking at that. Oh man. Disgusting. Disgusting. The good thing is the majority of the old miners that I have, I've already done a lot of cleaning and repair to. So it's just getting these other ones that I just didn't have kind of ready to go. Obviously I want them to be perfect, right? But I understand perfect comes with a lot of extra work. Like the metal refabrication that I want to do to some of these. that's going to cost. It's going to be good. Definitely going to be worth it, at least in my view. I mean, obviously I'm the one collecting these, so. Yeah, let's see. This one was my dry one, so I really don't want to be doing that to my dry one very much. Gotta be careful with this stuff too. I don't know if I'll get. I don't know if I'm gonna get. That's not bad. It's not perfect. Could probably put some polish on this one here. Woo. Throwing stuff around, guys. That's when you know. That's when you know. That's when you know it's time to start settling down. And this is just kind of like a, it's not steel wool, it's just kind of like a sponge. It's pretty good. It doesn't leave scratches from my experience. See, make sure I'm not missing anything. This is just a disgusting piece of metal now, but I have no idea what kind of weather corrosion this piece has. I might be able to get a replacement piece in time. I might leave this out and I can go to the local metal fab place. They could probably cut this off for me in a day or less, a couple hours. I don't have the caliper where I could do all the measurements, so I don't have that handy. I mean, that one unfortunately needs, I do need to replace that. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna take this outside. Oh, I said that word and the dog got up. I'm gonna take that out there and I'm gonna get all this dust out. Absolutely nasty. Call me stupid. I know you guys knew that wasn't going to work. It's caked on there. I need to take it all apart. So that's what we're going to do. Actually disgusting, but, you know, is what it is. This whole thing is going to come apart. I wonder if I order fan grills more, like coming time. Because I got the fan grills for other things, not this. Probably order that tonight. If anything, I can have them shipped. I can have them shipped to Vegas, where this one will be, and I can correct it then. I know this is slight overkill because, like, obviously nobody's ever going to see the inside, but there's no point in me doing all this if I'm not going to clean the whole thing anyway. At least in my mind. That's pretty unfortunate. They beat up. Yeah, these fan blades are toast. It's not that bad. Yeah, the shine comes back. These will be okay. That's good to know. I am gonna sneeze. That's how you know. You should probably be wearing the mask. Working with chemicals and stuff. Need to get those arm clips. Get this squared away. I know, just baking soda it. And then I need to get liquid with baking soda. I mean, this stuff, the stainless steel stuff, does remove a lot of the grime that these get, because these actually resemble kind of like the iron heat pads on the stove. So these do pretty good. Like these do look nice. Oftentimes I just don't want to mess with the time to do them, so that's why I just buy replacements, because they're like cheap anyway. But yeah, baking soda definitely would work in that situation. So this side surprisingly is good. It's just the other side that's just mad nasty. Obviously we need to clean this though, so. I was hoping I'd get to some of the older ones, but one of my older ones is good, and I just don't want to pull it out yet. I want to save that for Vegas. I mean, it's the same one that's in the thumbnail. That one is honestly one of my favorite ones, and it's not a Scrypt ASIC, but the one in the thumbnail, the company was in the process of building that one for Scrypt. I've tried multiple times to get in contact with some of the original people. Just haven't been able to get a response, just to see if I can get my hands on like a prototype of the other ones. So for right now anyway, I have the original on the Bitcoin side. Someday I will have one of the prototypes, if they're still around. They're probably tossed. Probably had to be destroyed, actually. That's what happens with a lot of prototypes, is if they're not collected, they're like destroyed. Probably hear my little kid in the background. Doesn't look too bad. Could definitely be a little better. And it will be. Should get a chair. I don't know why I didn't think of getting the chair to begin with. I do have cardboard here, so I can probably take a knee. Everybody take a knee. Action, I gotta catch up with you because I'm just really curious with all the media stuff you're doing. I'm just curious. Like, obviously I knew you had your channel and you did that, and now you're like the go-to media guy. So I need to catch up with you and talk with you, see how that's going and like what's up. Like in person. We can always chat here, but in person obviously is better. Yeah, so as long as the front looks kind of like how we did our other one, then we're not going to have any problems. Sorry, I'm focusing. I haven't looked at anything. If you guys are saying stuff, just my guy Action. It's my guy. But yeah, if you guys are at Bitcoin Vegas, there's a Litecoin summit going on same time, or not really. I mean, it's the 29th and the 30th. For the Litecoin, hop on over. A lot of these old ones, you'll see them cleaned and on display. Small exhibit. I don't have the biggest space there, so I'll be bringing some of the cool ones, and then obviously there's going to be some that they just have to stay back. But doesn't mean I won't have them at another place in the future. And this is good because I didn't want to do this today, but then I'm like, I'll stream while I'm doing this. So it worked out. Kind of. Definitely looks a lot better. Still some crevices, and then I have to get the backs of the fan blades. Yeah. Alright, fan blades now. Man, so much cleaning. Crazy. In-person interview in Vegas. Let's do it. Best days to get me are going to be probably the 27th or later on the 30th. Everything in between there. I mean, I'm driving, so like in theory, I don't think my checkout is until the 31st. So I could do something on the morning of the 31st or late night on the 30th. And even after checkout, I can do something too. But yes, let's do it, action. I'm curious about. I'm honestly curious about your stuff more than anything. You're so good at helping other people that I want to know what action is actually doing, which is probably just what I said, helping other people. Okay, that looks good for now. Get some of these little bits real quick. Give it a look over real quick. Stick that on through. Give it around and around. Still a few more crud spots right here. Yeah, nasty. But hey, it works. I can put this right here so I can read that better. Does that mean I want some L3 units? No, I got too many. I mean, if they're refurbished, if you have one that looks like really nice, then I won't bring mine. And we can throw yours on display. So let me know. Mine's like, let me look. I mean, mine definitely needs some cleaning. At least the one that I brought. But I already know all the ones that are running are obviously going to be dirty. But yeah, I mean, if you got a clean one, like a good looking clean one, we can throw one on display. And then as one less thing for me to bring. Still I can let her out. Oh, good. Go with Arnold. Crud. Crud. I feel like I'm a car detailer, but for ASICs right now. What if we give away at the end of the event? I mean, yeah, we can definitely do that. I do know, supposedly, Goldshell responded to me and they're going to bring in a few bytes. Goldshell bytes, so we'll be doing those. If we want to give away an L3, I mean, we totally can. That's up to you. I mean, we could give... I don't even know if that one works because that one has been sitting in storage. Could give away one of mine, give away one of your refurbished ones. I mean, up to you, dude. Hosted by The Action. It's just crazy how just like the crud just gets there and just sticks. Almost done with this one. All right. Not bad. These fans are looking good. Actually, I think X5, I think I'm mistaken. I think the X5 was 21, actually. I broke through their sticker that they had there. That. This one needs a little work. Definitely should not have wore white. Oh well. Just get a new shirt, if that's the case. Everybody cleans their stuff differently, but it's so cold outside that I don't want to be outside, so this is what we're doing. A little more elbow grease than there needs to be. Action, are you if you're going, are you going to the Karate Combat event? George sent me another message asking if I wanted to fight in it. I'm like, geez, I got more out of shape than I was last time you asked me. It's not going to be a good turn of events. Is it gonna be trash? Oh, that sucks. What's the inside scoop? You seem like you have some inside scoop for me that I'm not aware of. Yeah, those both need to be redone for sure. Very curious why they designed it that way. Well, pulling a hash board out. Ew, all the good and dusties. Nasty. Oh man, their solder job is not the best on this compute board. Hash board is what it is. Inside scoop. Clowns who talk a big game and do nothing. Ah, amazing. Yeah. Hey, that's alright. You know, you never know. Hate to talk something down because I love what they're doing. I think it brings a unique point for people in that area. I probably shouldn't do that, but you know what? I can tell you this, I'm not going to be running this very long, so this will be alright. I really need to just get a Swiffer. One sec. Yeah. One sec. Let me ask the wife. She probably has something for me. Uno mas. You know, sometimes, if I'm lucky, I hide stuff in places I can't find them, and then I stumble upon them. But I don't know where I put the Swiffer. I have no idea, actually. Like, I don't have the slightest idea. Yeah, like, what in the world? You know what? It's probably in there. Let me check. It is. Found it. Just get the initial stuff, just the light stuff off for now. I should, like what Joker was doing, was he was yeah, that's nasty. Putting some isopropyl on him, 99%. I should. I can't. Dude, I get headaches from the smell of that stuff. So I kind of have to do it the hard way sometimes. All right. I'm going to blow this out there. BRB. Never works like how you think it's going to work. But nonetheless. Yes, that is a mini air duster. Whoever asked on Twitter. I can't see the name. It's so small. I still can't read it. That's how bad my eyes are right now. Yeah, that is a mini duster. It's going to get content violation. Pew pew. But nonetheless, let's get this. You know, that works much, much better. Shoot! This thing's gonna be hashing at stock speeds after this. I see some solder that's messed up. Looks like somebody tried to repair this. I can maybe try to explain how that solder's messed up, but maybe not. They didn't clean up their flux very good either. That ain't bad. Let's just take care of the, blow some of that moisture off. Flip her around. Now this stuff's hard to get. I mean, it sort of works, but it's just grudged on there. And you kind of just have to accept the fact that there's just going to be some things you can't get at. But I got a plan. You have a small screwdriver, you can get in between the heat sinks. Oh gosh. Yeah, I need to get it's a lot of dust. I need to get a mask. But yeah, small screwdriver you can fit in between the heat sinks on the bigger ASICs. So you can kind of get in there and do some good cleaning. Like, that's just disgusting, but that's how it is. And all you need to do is just oftentimes loosen it up. Let me change that out. Yeah, a ton of crud. But nonetheless, it is going to look much better. right. That wasn't bad. Little air time now. People be like, oh no, you're doing that inside. I'll be like, yeah, I forgot. That's about as good as she's gonna get for now. I need to move on to more of these boards. This one wasn't even the bad one, sadly. And there's 4 in them. You think one miner is one miner, but then you pull it up and you have all these blades in one housing. It's really a bunch of these miners. But let's see. This one looks cleaner. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Yeah, so this works pretty good doing that. Then all the loose stuff is gone. And voila. Much, I'm not sure if you can tell, but a lot better. And because we don't want moisture to get in there, because then those will rust or oxidize in some form. Microfiber cloth is hard on the circuit boards. That's why you take the air. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I suppose this part is going to be seen a little more, so maybe I can just do a little touch up on that. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I got like a long rod of sorts. I mean, we won't put those all back in, but we will. This glove is. Grab some new ones here. Those ones are ripping on me. Wow. All right. Eventually, we'll end up getting to. We'll get to the older stuff. A lot of the older stuff isn't bad already. Like the majority of it is already decently cleaned. I probably should have got. I think these are. Wow. Having to blow into these so I can actually get my fingers in there. Goodness. You guys get to watch me struggle today. Finally. Wow. Why is this such a challenge? Should have never took those other gloves off. There we go. Wow. This is insane. I've never seen a guy struggle so hard in my life. Alright, alright. That was probably the biggest mistake I had all day. Let's see. Maybe you gotta try the other hand and then we'll go back to the one hand. The blowing into it probably doesn't help, to be honest. Oh, see, like that. That was perfect. Honestly, this one feels like bigger. Here we are again. Dude, it's so close. There we go. One more finger. All right. You guys got to sit there for 5 minutes and watch me try to do surgery. Goodness gracious. All right. Gotta make it work with what we got, so. Oh, it's not that bad. That one was nasty. Yeah, this one's... There we go. I know, not good, not good, not good. It's okay. Okay. Time to get this cleaned. Never seen myself put so much effort into an old machine. I'm just joking. One that's probably never going to be profitable again. It might someday. But computers will just get better. Hashboards will just get better. Everything. Just going to keep getting better. Man. Yeah, I need to do at least, maybe not on stream, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more today to stay on pace for when I need to leave with for the events. And I could do 3. I Just another 2 tomorrow. But as soon as you start saying that, you don't get it done. Never push it off a day. Don't push anything off a day. Definitely gonna need more of those. I'm kind of going through them. Huh? Am I blind here? There we go. Yep. Nasty. Almost done here with this. Give it. I know it's overkill, especially on the inside, where nobody's going to see stuff. But you know, while this is out like this, we'll do. We'll give it some of this stuff here. I normally only do this for stuff I'm reselling. Funny enough, none of this is being resold. These microfiber towels, really cheap, so you can kind of just burn through them if you need to. I think it was this side, yeah, that I did earlier. Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot better already, for sure. Get the inside so we don't got any moisture. Oh yeah, that looks nice. One more side, and then just finishing off those hash boards. You know what I didn't do that I just noticed now, of course? Well, I actually didn't get underneath the control board. I took the control board out, cleaned the control board, but never actually got underneath the control board area. That was a little sharper than I was expecting. Yeah, that was sharper than I was expecting. One sec. Super entertaining live stream we got here, huh? That's too funny. I cut myself. Actually, I stabbed my finger. Yeah, I really don't know what I did it on, but it got me. Got me pretty good. Yeah. Take 7. Take 7. Dude, I have a hard time believing that. I think Twitter's messed up. Twitter says that there's 50 people, but I don't believe it. I think it might be like impressions or something. Or total views, maybe. I do not know that many people that would want to watch me do this. That's for sure. Start off with another sneeze. Oh, gosh. Gotta be careful in this part. There we go. Squeaky deaky. Alright. Hash boards, and then the sucker is good, and it is mint. It's a good looking, fresh off the lot. Okay. Housing is done. Housing is done. Gotta charge my phone. Oh, I got you. Yeah, Twitter be making me catch feelings. Yeah. Yep, false alarm, false alarm. At least Twitter makes you feel good. Let's get rid of these ones. Funny thing is like some of these manufacturers, when you look at the boards, will actually scrape off the part, the name of the part, so that it's hard to reproduce. I mean, it is what it is. But sometimes when you're trying to fix some of these machines, especially if they come from overseas and are assembled and made over there, it gets tough because of that portion. They just get rid of all of the stuff for people to know about them. So you have no idea sometimes what some of these parts are. I mean, you can obviously make a general assumption, but the exact piece sometimes is hard. They make a brush for these actually, because these heat sinks are really common. I just don't know why. I've just never invested, and they're not even that expensive. Move that cardboard over. It's not to set my knees on something. It's not worthwhile. Yeah, this one was definitely a lot more. Oh, a lot, just a ton more crud in this one here. Like, that's just, I'm pulling off goop sticks. You gotta be careful kind of doing this too, because if, like, I'm using like a mini screwdriver, flathead, standard, and you don't want to like scrape the board on your way out, and like obviously they kind of pierce through the metal wipes. My board almost done. Yeah, they really only get clogged up on the back end, which is not bad, because what a lot of people do instead of cleaning these, because like these heat sinks, like, to be honest, are really cheap, is they'll just take out this whole row, desolder it, they'll take out the whole row, and then they'll just put new ones on, and then they just melt down the other ones. I'm assuming they melt them down. They might just throw them away. I know a lot of people throw them away. See if we can. Get this cleaned up just a slight bit more. That way, if we crack it open over there, it'll be clean. Yeah. Because you don't know. I might crack a few of these open. Do some, probably not these ones. The old ones people are gonna want to see. So cleaning the new ones, kind of pointless. Nah, it's not pointless. Backside we still need to do. Luckily we can put this on top of the heat sinks there, and I can just come over it again with the crud rag, we call it. On some of these more dirty ones, I'm probably going to throw on a mask. Obviously, nothing's going to be perfect, right? But for the most part. I know, dude. Oh. Yeah, the smell is just gosh awful sometimes. Like it is actually atrocious, the smell. Since this is all cleaned, actually we can start putting these back in. Am I dumb right now? I am dumb. I was trying to put them in the front. There we go. Nice, nice. Alright, 2 of the 4 hash blades done. After this, we'll show off one of the old ones, and then I'm gonna turn off the stream, get something to eat, and then I gotta do a few more of these. I'll just be able to grind those. Yeah, this whole bottom row, their flux, they go crazy with the flux. And they just kind of leave the residue there. I'm very curious why. Unless it was like a repair at one point. Because like we're missing some chips on these. We're missing, yeah, wow. Yeah, this board is missing chips. Huh. Interesting. Might be designed like that actually. It looks like it could house more chips, so it looks like they made it so they can upgrade it. Dude, I know I've said that a few times. Like I have isopropanol. I have it over there. It's just the smell will literally give me a headache, sadly. So like I am too nice to the parts. I mean, everybody's gonna come at me for that. Well, not really come at me, but they're gonna be like, "Yo, dude, you're spending way too much time on that." I agree. Isopropanol would be the way to go. It's just, I just get headaches. Yeah, I do need a hood. Maybe in the new place, once we figure out that situation, we'll probably have a better setup so I can do some electronics more with hoods and things. Because even like the soldering, it's a little rough for me. It's not that bad, but thankfully this one here didn't come too. This one's actually pretty clean. Pretty clean until you get to that. Crud City. My back, dude. Not good. This one's all right. dog in. Let the dog... Dude, yeah, I don't know why I'm dragging my feet here. I could have had music. I should try. Yeah, that's not coming off. Alright, after this one, we're going to end the stream. Spend some time with the kiddo before bedtime, which is soon. Yeah, that capacitor's loose. Whenever we get the new place, I'll have probably have a setup for in the shop, and then setup for obviously streaming in the room. I can make some plugins so that, you know, like moderators can like manage a lot more music and stuff and other things. That'd be fun. All right. There we have it, ladies and gents. Well, I gotta put it together still, but these places, I should really get these remade. And I will. Just not yet. Just not yet. A lot of people think that ASICs and stuff like this are big and scary, but in reality, it's just a bunch of Legos. Just a bunch of Legos. Boom, 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 ba-doom-doom. Yeah, definitely looks much better. These plates need to be replaced. Other than that, other than that, it is good. Screws are old too. I will replace those, so I gotta make a note of what all needs to be done on the X5. You know, this is electric. The torque is just not there with these little things. Grab my drill. That's okay. Only a few more screws anyway. All right. Yeah, no, these are gonna look. These are gonna look good. There's a little dust still in these. I gotta. Yeah, fans need just a tad more from the fan. I mean, the goal is obviously to keep everything original. You just never know how original it's going to be. Alright. Just a little bit more crud. And then we'll call her. One thing I recommend too for all people, I mean obviously do your own stuff and your own research, but if you're running old ASICs, you know, like let's just say L3s and solar mining or mining off solar, get new fans. There's some good tech out there. Wright like my last name, Right One, not me. Company out of China or that region. They got some great fans. Oh yeah, I have that all over here. Balls. And just like that, it's one longer than the other. Yes, so that will go here. One sec, guys. Actually, we'll call her there. I gotta say goodnight to the little guy and that stuff. So, thanks for watching me take apart stuff and clean stuff. But yeah, have a good night, y'all. I'm gonna end this.